Whoa. All right, hey everyone. I'm just kind of doing a short stream just for funsies because I had previously sort of talked about my Stream Deck setup. I had walked through it. I got a new big Stream Deck and a small Stream Deck. I thought it'd be kind of fun just to randomly do a hey Daniel, how's it going, buddy? Glad to have some people in the chat hanging out. So no coding today. Actually, what I'm going to be doing is just talking about my Stream Deck setup and walk through what it means when I'm streaming, because I'm about to set up a podcast recording with Michael for Nintendo Dispatch. So people are like, what is the Stream Deck? What is it? You can find the links in the thing down below. Hey, Burkor, how's it going? Yeah, so I just thought it'd be kind of funny just to kind of walk through like what is a Stream Deck? Why do I love my Stream Deck? Why do I need a Stream Deck in my life? And go from there. So I just sort of set it up my main computer, but I wanted to kind of walk through what I have because I know Fritz is always like building Stream Deck stuff and doing crazy stuff. But for me, I just kind of want to be like, well, how do I use it and how do I use this? I got this mini, no coffee cam. I got my mini here, and then I also have a mega here. Yeah, no coffee cam. I have a mega over here. So here's what I'm going to do. I was literally just going to set up my Stream Deck for this and kind of walk through some of the stuff I'm doing and why, but I figured I would do it live. Let's hop over here. This is my second desktop over here. And this is the Stream Deck software that we see over here. And I have a mega deck and I have a mini deck. So I started with this mini deck, and originally I could go in and I could control different desktop audio sources, and I could see information about my Twitch stream, and I had different modes that I was going through, but I would do this for gaming, for my own, for different things. So I'm actually pressing the button on it. Oh, wow, cool, Daniel, that'd be cool, yeah. So I have a little gist that I'll post, maybe I'll tweet it out or put it in the chat. Let me see if I have this. Let me do this. I just started to, someone asked me about my live streaming kit, and Suze has a great post, but I just started to chat to some Xamarins about it. There's this, but I wanted to kind of talk about like how I set up my Stream Deck and why I set it up. So what I've been doing now is I've been using the second Stream Deck as like an informational source. So these are my main modes, and underneath I have like a home, these profiles. So you can bring up these profiles, and these profiles, they can be open like when an application opens, or you can kind of make these main applications sort of like profiles. Like I'm doing my stream, or I'm doing gaming, or I'm doing podcast. So what I have now is I just have this stream where I'm like, okay, this is my main hub for this one. Hey Kim, how's it going, buddy? Good to have you in today's random live stream. So this is my mini deck, and I have the mega and a mini, and I am now just using this only for Twitch commands. So I can clear the chat room. This is like active, right? So for some reason my like sub count doesn't show up. I'm going to figure that out, but the top right here will be my sub count. I can create a click, I can create a marker, or I could clear the chat. And then this is actually controlling my audio source. But I can actually click through here. And when I have the same for my gaming, so this one's the same for when I'm on Nintendo Dispatch that I just did. But I really want to set up my home mega deck. Hey Bobby, how's it going, buddy? So here's my home, and I have my code streaming one, my gaming one, and my podcast one. And then I also have my lights. So this is my light source. I can toggle through, oops, 40%, be 20, 60%. Let's bump this up. Why is that not? Oh, there we go. That was brighter. 20%, 40%, 60%. Yeah, cool. I turn off the lights, turn on the lights. All from the Stream Deck, which is super cool. Okay, that's my lights folder. I kind of have that global, and then they have these new things. Like here's a stock ticker, which is kind of cool. So this is my main one when I come in. and I'm podcasting like right now. So this is a little bit tricky because I'm usually flipping between scenes, but right now I'm not. So I have this like pre-post where I have all these things and I have little, hey friends. And on the, over here, this is actually animating on mine, but I can turn on and off different sequences, and I have different tweets for when I'm tweeting stuff. And I have a start soon, so I can flip between stuff. And then I have my main streaming area. There I can see my CPU percentage. I have clips here. So if I go in here, here's all the clips that I have. Everyone's face. Oh, the lights, Bland. Hey, Bland, how's it going? Bland Alfredo in the house. The lights are great. I've been using them nonstop. The key lights, super love them. I have one and that's it. And so far, I'm really liking it. I think it actually is making me a lot happier on a daily basis because it is really sunny outside, but it's been heating up through the window a lot. So I'd been closing some of the things. So I've been able to turn those on, which have been nice. So I want to kind of walk through setting some of these other things up. So right now, when I come in and I go into gaming, I have this all set up, but I don't have my podcast folder set up right now. So what I was going to do is I was going to launch my OBS and show you what that looks like over here. This is my OBS panel, and there's normally there's usually me inside of here. So this is my OBS for when I stream. I use Streamlabs OBS for this stream, but they have some nice things now. They just updated it to include, you can update stuff here and then do the streaming here. And what I wanted to do is I have sort of my starting soon. I have my podcast stuff. If I pull up the Stream Deck and I go into the gaming, what I have here is the ability to toggle start soon. So I'll kind of put these side by side here. I can do solo, I can do duo. I'm flipping through scenes at this point when I tap on those. And then I also have the ability to mute the different audio output from it. So when I tap on specific ones like my main, now that's controlling OBS. It's not going to control what I'm doing over in this stream. But see how it turns into a red X? I can mute the desktop and also my game stream from here. Is cool. And then when I go into solo mode, I can also toggle myself on and off if I wanted to by hitting that little camera on there. So I kind of wanted to set up something very similar for the podcast. But the podcast, I need to change a few things on here just to make sure it's working. So what I can do is, okay, so the first thing here is these are all profiles. So when I tap into one, notice that there's no up arrow or anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Stream Deck. I'm going to say switch profiles. And we're going to go to the home profile. And then you can set an icon. So I have this super dope Stream Deck neon one where I can set icons. So now like that, so now when I press it, it goes back up, go into podcast, back up, podcast, back up. Just super nice. Oh, thanks. Oh, there you go. Where do we go? Oh, we got lots in the chat. I didn't know anyone was going to join for this random stream. I wish I had some of those sweet, sweet Elgato key lights. Kim, you can buy them. They're $200. They're very expensive, but totally worth it. They're really nice. I've been super into it. And yes, YTN loves the... So you can see how I work through this. Like when I'm streaming, I go into my clips and I do my thing. All right, so let's go here. So here's my podcast. Now, what I ideally want to do is I want to have the ability to go into some scene switching. So there's all of these little control panels on the right-hand side. So the control center is for lights, game center. A game capture is for the Elgato streaming service, but you also have Mixer, OBS Studio, Twitch things, Streamlabs OBS, system. So you can open a website. You can start and stop multimedia. There's hotkeys. You can enter text. And then Twitch does things like sets stream markers and opens clips, and there's tweets. And then down here are like custom ones. So they actually have a whole store now where you can go and download stuff, which is really nifty. Sub to your Twitch channel, so I get notified when I start a stream. That's nice. Oh yeah, you can, just following does that too, which is super duper, super nice as well. So yeah, whenever you follow, boom, get that nice notification. So all right, so we're gonna go and switch some scenes. So those are all, whenever I'm doing anything in OBS, I'm gonna go into the OBS section over here. And we can see that there's scene, audio mixer, record, source. So we'll go to those. So we're gonna do a few scenes. This is only for podcasting. So we're either podcasting or not podcasting. So here we have the scene I want to start. So this one will be the start soon. And this one will be the, I don't know what just happened. Got some bits from the Blounty. Thanks for the hundo, buddy. I appreciate that. El Giggle. Elgato takes all my money. That's correct. And we should be able to see, I assume that my, oh, you know what just happened? I bet that, I have this main TV display. Probably want that there. Yeah, got it. I was like, oh, my notification didn't come up because I just created this little desktop overlay because I'm actually doing my main computer here. And of course it didn't bring it up. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Of course, all bits and everything go to charity. I'll go to Girls Who Code. So that's starting soon. And then this one will be podcasting. And then what's cool is that you can say set icon from file. And these ones I have a bunch. So the intro scene. And then let's do, that looks like a podcast one. So odd. Podcasting start soon. In fact, I usually do a different one for start soon. I just, these are all like random icons, but I like the please wait one. That seems like you're waiting to start soon. I don't know, I could be wrong. Seems cool. And then, so this is when it is, so when I tap on it, so here, for instance, you can see that when I tap on this one, I had set, there's two different icons down here. So it's like on and off. So when I'm off, it's just grayed out. And then when it's on, it's actually on. So you can determine what you want to do. So here, for instance, I could be like, okay, I really want both of these to be on. And then it could be like grayed out. I think I have to clear it. Let me reset. And if I go here and I say set from icon here, then here it'll be like grayed out maybe. I don't know. Usually what I do is I say, okay, this one's off here. So what I like to do is I like to set the, when it's on mode, I like to have like a very specific one. So I always say that that's the source. Like I'm on it. So start soon. And the same thing here, when I'm on it, set it to start soon. So then, oh, I just messed it up. Podcast. Reset to default. On podcasting. What's going on here? Right? Okay, that's on. Podcast. Podcast. Start soon. That from file. That one. Doing. I'm going to delete this. Delete. All right, so we go into scene. Boom. And I set the I know it's there. And I want this one should be podcasting. Scene. Okay. And when it's not on, make that categories main. I have too many things. I need everything in one folder. Stream control podcast. Yeah, and this will be podcasting. I toggle back and forth. Then I can be like, this one's on, this one's on. There we go. Here, podcasting. So now it's like I can toggle back and forth. I can say, okay, which one's on? And I know based on whichever one is a scene icon, that's my current scene that I have. That's what I kind of in my mind at least like, but I don't know. That's just me. So the next thing that we need to do is set up a few audio sources. So down here we have 3. We have 1, 2, 3. Now the nice thing is that these things auto. Oh, Chase, yes. So Chase, welcome to it. So I'm just setting up my Streamdeck, which are these little puppies right here, to work for the Nintendo Dispatch podcast that we're going to be recording soon. So you can kind of see already. So let me see something here. Second. Do is set this up here. For it to be on, kind of. There we go. Grab a box. So yeah, Amazon referral link. If you go down below in the Twitch page, you'll see inside of there all of the equipment that I use, and you can go from there. That'll be the a referral link down below. So you can see like this is the physical one, and what I like here is, even though it's here because right, it's hard to see. Kind of see it says that this. Kind of like moving because the audio is on, and if I toggle it off, kind of see it. Kind of cool. Okay, cool. So these each have 3 different sources, and I have 3 sources here. So the first one that we want to adjust is probably my microphone input. So what I'll do here is I'll put the mic, which is my mic, and I'll call that mic, and it updates on the screen. This one will be my, let's do this one is my what do I call it? What do I call it in my other one? Gaming, desktop, and then game. So go into podcasting. There's desktop audio, which is like what's coming out of my, like what I'm hearing in my headphone, and then that's going to be my desktop. So now if I just press desktop, it's going to stop, and you see the bar, the second bar stop there, which is great. And then this one will be, and also for alerts and things, you need that to come through. And this will be guest mic. There we go. That'll be my audio capture. And that audio capture is UMC2. And in fact, I don't think I want, I think I want like a whole different audio one, because when I'm gaming, I have that audio and I have different levels set. But I think what I'm going to do is remove this in here. I'm going to create a new one, I think. New audio capture. Call this a guest mic capture. And then we'll hit that OK. And this will be my speaker audio. Oop. Oh, spelled it wrong. Rename. There we go. Then what's cool is that here, it just automatically knows, right? It's like, boom. And this will be for any source at all. So throughout all of them. So if I mute it in one, it goes to all of them. So now, if I mute that, mute that, mute that, all of them go away. Boom, boom, boom. Just super cool. All right, the next, once we're live, we also have this little podcast icon up here. And normally I was like switching scenes, but all I need to do is toggle that on and off. So what I can do now is I can say source. And then what I can do is I can say what scene I'm on. And I'm on podcasting. And I want the, it's called recording icon. Oh, there, it's in a group. So I need to bring it out of the group. Move it up. That's interesting. All right, so the groups are what appear. There's all the text. Here's the recording icon. Now our recording icon should be there. Toggle off and back on. If I have to, recording icon. If I do that, that's gonna toggle the whole thing off. It's not ideal. Now where's my recording icon? Oh, there it is, recording icon. So now, boop, boop. So what I should be able to do when it's on, which is now, in my mind I always have it like how to turn it on, how to turn it off, but I think here what I can do is I can say stream on, here stream off, toggle it off. So now it's off, turn it back on. It'll be like record off, turn on recording, rec, turn on. Recording. This should be like recording. So it's like my current status. So my current status is always like not rec. And then recording. Not recording? Recording. All right, cool. I like that. What else do we need to do inside of here? We have that. What you can also do is you can come into OBS. I can say, am I streaming? So I can say like, am I streaming currently? And this one's a little tricky. I can actually right now say like, am I streaming? Am I not streaming? And I'm not streaming, but this says I'm streaming. So we have a GIF in here. I have it in a different folder. Animated GIFs. Streaming. Oh, that'd be cool. I can do that I'm recording. That's cool. Then that's animated. Kind of see it's animated too up here. That's cool. And that one's not animated. It doesn't necessarily match my flow, but do this. So here I have another pack. I can do icons. So many awesome icons and things that you can do in this thing. So let's go into record off. Boom. Now if I toggle it off, record not recording, boom. Recording. Now this button will actually start my stream, which is not what I want, but I do want to do stream. These are cool icons too. I do like those. I'm always like back and forth. Like, do I want these icons or do I want different icons? All right, so where's my source on, source off? But like, what source is it? Don't know. Do that one because now it's off. Then boom, you see it down there. Turn that back on. Boom, it's good. We could probably turn off this picture of Michael too. He is where's he at? MS Vacation. So there's actually two video feeds. There's a Zoom feed and then his normal feed. And when he was gone, I put a photo on there, and you'd see me normally, but in the webcam it's an exclusive lock from the other one. Now, if I really wanted to, I could also do something like you could do multi-action, which is cool. And then you can drag multiple actions in here. So if I wanted to be like, okay, turn my Streamdeck brightness down to like low, and then add a delay in here, and then add it like back to like with the brightest, and then here I could go toggle that, and then it'll like turn it low and then turn it high again. It'll like do multiple actions, which is pretty cool. I don't know what the delay is. 1 second. Low and then back high again. That's kind of cool. 10 seconds. I don't know why I would do that, but kind of interesting. Kind of like locks right there on that. Back high again. A little bit hard to see on the little camera, but cool. All right, let's go ahead and delete that. All right, so that's my two that I have. And then I think here on my mini deck, I think I just need one. If I go into my gaming, I think these are all the same. Question is like, I'm kind of curious if like what's better here. So here I can also notice that I have like a mic one set, I have a marker, I have a clear chat, I have this other thing, sort of informational about what I'm doing. I probably just need, let's see what I did before. I had modes, to do start soon, then Twitch, all those things. Okay, so this is my old one. We can delete that. Boop. And here we'll just do Nintendo Dispatch. Then we'll go ahead and like delete this profile. We'll just name this to Dispatch and rename. James, do you recommend two computers for streaming? Like you have one for coding and one for streaming itself? Yeah, so here's the interesting part. Suze has a great blog post about how she sets up her stream, and she does everything on a Mac 100%, including her stream. She does it on like one monitor, I'm pretty sure, which is very impressive. And for me, my problem, like right now I'm on one computer, right? So everything is fine. And if I go into, I could also do this. Let me see here. We can put in like this CPU counter. So we're on this one. I can put in a CPU counter. So like right now I have OBS open, Streamdeck. I'm streaming. I'm using like 30% of my CPU or so. It's not bad. Hey Ben, how's it going, buddy? We're just setting up our Streamdeck for my Nintendo Dispatch that I'm doing pretty soon, which should be super rad. And yeah, we can hopefully check that out pretty soon. We're gonna be streaming over there, probably like a half an hour or so, maybe an hour. Nintendo Dispatch over there. So we're kind of setting up our stream. Twitch.tv twitch.tv/Nintendo Dispatch. We play games and also record our podcast live. So we're kind of talking through right now one PC versus multiple PCs and how this stuff works. So I always stream everything from a Windows PC. I just feel like it's easier. Like everything works. I mean, I do like my Mac, but I always have some sort of issue when I'm compiling my applications and streaming at the same time. So what I found is if I'm streaming, hey Ben, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that coming through. Or I think we're almost at 800, maybe we're at 800. I'm not sure. Appreciate that. For me, when Suze does it, I asked her about this. We had a long conversation on a bus ride home. Let me go and show you. I can switch this over here. Go to my webcam. Yeah, Suze and I were talking about this, and we were talking about like one computer versus multiple computers and how do you feel about that. And she's going, oh yeah, I do everything on my Mac. It's so weird. I have some problems where I keep having hiccups. Like I keep having hiccups in my my stream, and I keep dropping frames. And she goes, oh, that's weird. Like that's not good. And we figured it out because when I'm compiling, it's going through certain things. I'm basically getting a CPU spike, right? Where I'm just using so much of my CPU that I am losing, dropping frames. Like it's not because of my bandwidth, it's because my computer's just being stressed out. So every time I would deploy to an emulator or do something else, oh yeah, Suze and Noopcat, yeah, sorry. So go follow at Noopcat, which is awesome. HTTP twitch.tv/Noopcat, NoOpCat, not sure. I call her Noopcat. She's streaming today. She's like hundreds of people watching her. It's amazing. I gave out a bunch of subs on her channel. So, and she goes, oh, on mine, it's probably not a problem because I do everything via like VS Code or command line and Vim or something, nothing too crazy. Where mine, I am, yeah, thanks Ben. Yeah, lots of gifting of the subs. I like to do that on all of our ones that we have. And I go, oh well, that's because I'm running now Visual Studio. I'm not even running Visual Studio, and I'm using 40% of my CPU. So what I do is I have a, let me go to my Twitch page. You guys check this. Oh. Let's go over here. So let me go to my main. There's me. When you scroll down here, you're gonna see this little My Gear section. So this is what I stream with. So I have a mini and I also have a full one. There's my main. But I also have this Elgato HD 60 Pro. They also have a 60S. When you tap on that, that'll be an affiliate link, which gives a little bit of money to me. So I have my internal rig. And via HDMI, I have my Nintendo Switch hooked up. And I also have my Surface Book. So what's really nice is that, and I have two keyboards. So I have a main keyboard for my Surface Book and another keyboard for my main computer where I'm streaming from. So in this regards, what I do, same thing with mice. So I set up my main machine here that is basically screen mirroring, if you will, the output from my Surface Book, which is docked over in the corner. And that way my main computer is hardwired. It's good to go. So even if something with the wireless internet goes down, I'm still hardwired in to my router. And then that puts all of the processing, all of the hiccups or anything on my Surface Book, but it doesn't impact my main. So here you can see that there's like this in and out. Do one in, one out. And then I have little HDMI switchers that switch between my Switch and my other PC. So even when I'm working from home, I just, go in. So here's the in and out, yeah. In and out, it's easy peasy. There's also an Elgato HD 60S. I also own one of those because I use one of these. Here's the Streamdeck that I'm using. And then I also have this puppy. And yeah, this one is USB C. a USB 3.0 in and out. So you can take a portable version of it. And then also your computer's doing the horsepower. So I'm doing 1080p, but I'm downscaling everything to 720p. So again, I just kind of let my main computer do my thing. I output at 30 frames per second, 2200 kilobytes per second, and just let it go through there. That's where all that stuff is in there. And then yeah, I use Streamlab for my main, and then OBS over here. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and see if I have anything else that I need to set up in my podcast. So I have this. This is open. I close it. That goes away. That's good. We have all of our microphones. So these will turn on and off. Good, good, good. There's other things that you can do. So for instance, I might want to go into Twitch and do a chat message. And here I can say, go to Nintendo Dispatch. And then maybe when I'm recording live, it's like live recording, right? I can say, hey, everyone. Everyone, we are recording the pod. http:// Nintendo Dispatch.com. Feel free to chat and ask questions. We will answer them at the end. Boom. So now I can come in and I can hit that. Really? Well, I might not be in my chat room, but I might be in mine. But let's see if I can toggle it to mine. Do it. Should send it. No? Should send. I'm going to try that during it. Maybe that one needs to be live? Oh, there it goes. There, now that's sent. Interesting. Maybe it needs a little bit. So now we can see that showed up over here. So that's cool. That way people can see it. Interesting. You can't tap on that link. Let me see though. We go back in my Stream Deck. Ooh. Boom. Then it'll come from our account too, instead of me just tapping it. There you go. If I have to borrow it. Yeah, I think just one separate one I feel like just does it. It's a little bit quirky and you got to figure out what you want, but that way all my music, all my stuff's coming from one. Have you tried using an NDI protocol with OBS to stream without a capture card? I haven't. I use OBS, or Streamlabs OBS, for this stream. So I actually have that main software on another computer here, hence I have OBS open over here, so I can show you it. And yeah, I haven't tried it necessarily, but I wouldn't be against it. I know like that would be really good for chatting and things like that, but yeah, I'm not positive. I need to give it a whirl. But I know that Streamlab OBS doesn't have that plugin for it, so I need to take a look at that. So all right, so we have start soon. We have podcasting. We can turn this on and off. We can turn off all of our mics on and off, which is cool. All sorts of other things you can do inside like Streamlabs. So should be able to, that's OBS, Streamlabs. Like I could mute alerts, pause alerts. I could play credits, change profile, show media. And then I got Twitter. So let's see. So that's what I like about it, right? Is I can come in here, I have a bunch of tweets, and then I have like Dispatch podcast, like we're recording this, tap a button, boom, good to go. And probably I don't even need to have them here, but they're there. So there's my podcast, turn that on, that's great. Wish I could add a fade, that would be really nice, but that's cool. I like that it blinks. So these can all be animated and do a bunch of stuff. There's my live recording message. And then if I toggle over to here, what's beautiful is that every time I'm on here, I'm going to see my live viewer count. I'm going to see that I can pause, I can start, and this is on my mini. kind of use it as a hub. So it's always there, the same commands for every stream. Then it's good. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just kind of going through, and I think I'm pretty much it. Like I said, I was just going to do this by myself, but I figured why not just talk about it and answer questions if there were questions at all. Yeah, I like that. Live mic, that thing. I do have a whole open row here, so I'll probably add some sound clips or do something else inside of here. And that's it. You can kind of see when I go into my Nintendo, in this one, here I actually have like, now I'm recording, like Hanselman here. I can turn on and off different sources. I do have specific tweets for just me starting streams. And what's cool is like, let's say I really want, I have like other tweets too. I don't have those tweets there. I have these tweets, and like really, they probably don't need to be over here, so I can copy it, go into my podcasting. Maybe I'll put a new folder, and I'll call this tweets. There we go, and then I could say add a new icon. Then I'll do Twitch, my neon categories. Go in here, automatically gives me an up arrow, but again, we're going to put some sweet neon ups in here. And then I'll just paste that in there. Then I'll say, now we know I'm in doing that, like that there. Here, I can be like, okay, this is gonna be software and controls. All these tweets, I'm like tweeting it out. So that's, now I know that's a tweet. And these are some tweets. Twitter podcast. Whereas here, if I go back into my home profile, I have tweets. Copy this one. Go into my gaming one. Do the same thing. Call this tweets. And these are just subfolders, so they're not profiles, but they handle the up arrow automatically for you, which are super nice. Here again, I'll do common stories, tweets. Go in there, paste it in there. And I would have like a bunch more, so like starting. Go, and then I can do you could just spend hours in this too, which is like the beautiful part of it. But cool, then I get a little thing starting soon. Go ahead and toggle this to be a better icon. You can just play all day in this thing. I simply kind of love it. I don't know why I love customizing icons and just doing things. I can be like, oh, you know what? This profile is really supposed to be orange. Back to orange. Now I'm all good. Now, the only thing is that if you change it to a profile, you can't go into it. So there's that. Podcast. That's good. Awesome. Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Unless anyone has any other questions. Thanks for some follows and for, I don't know, 16, 20 people hanging out watching me customize my Stream Deck. But we're going to go over, we're going to probably do a podcast. I need to chat to Michael. Dude, he's probably tweeting at me. He's like, dude, we got to start this stream up. We got a podcast. So I hope you come check us out on Nintendo Dispatch. The Twitch account will be over there. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Check this out. And then you can see me outro. I go in here. And then I go into my pre-post. I do a little thank you. Boom. Play a little credits. And I hit remix, baby. Thanks everyone. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.